All right, here we are. We are going to move things over and start our run of Hello Kitty Cruisers All Tours items by Firesplitter. This will be our last run of the day, unless Twitch chat, you guys come together and donate for more marathon. Again, it is really simple to get this incentive met, so just make sure that when you guys donate that you put in your where you want the money to go, and then that'll not only help get us some more marathon, but it will also help support these kids in need and get them into a help fund a video that will help them get into a forever family. But without further ado, it's time for some Hello Kitty Cruisers All Tours by Firesplitter.
Hello everyone, it's Firesplitter here with Hello Kitty Cruisers All Tour items. So today we're gonna run the All Tour items category here, and we're gonna pick character. It doesn't matter which character we pick, so we pick Kurumi because Kurumi is like my favorite Sanrio character. So we're gonna go in right here. There's no point to wait any longer, we're just gonna start right off the bat. Get a little countdown here, we press confirm here, we're gonna start the run and timer. I get a countdown for that. 3, 2, 1, go. So right out the gate here, we're gonna see a little speed trick here. We're gonna turn to the right to that little speed boost. That way we can get a little bit of speed boost early on, which saves a little bit of time. And we're also starting to be super far behind everyone else at the time we pick the item box. And that is relevant because if we are in 4th place or below, we have a chance to get... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Are we having low battery here? This is unreal. We might have to change battery. We might have to change controller setup in the middle of the run if we're unlucky, but I don't think we'll have to. My controller was like fully charged earlier. Deceptive. That's deceptive. But where were I? Well, we just have to finish the run before the controller runs off battery, right? We are speedrunning after all, so that shouldn't be too difficult. But yeah, if you're 4th place or below, we can get a couple of items which we really want to get. Those items are the triple boost and the rainbow. The triple boost is the item we actually want, and we want it so much we actually gonna stop like for half a second-ish on the start of each race to get them, and there we go, we got it. That's how badly we want this item, because you see how fast we drive when we have the triple boost active? The triple boost is by far the best item in this game, and there is a little glitch in this game I hope we get to explore a little later. But I'm not gonna spoil that now, in case we see it. Now I can pick up an item box here. It's very important we don't touch an item box. It's very important. It is for setup for a trick that can happen. There we go. Perfect turn. And we're gonna pick up this item box and see what it is, and there was nothing fancy in it. But we got a triple boost on this course, which is super duper rare. The triple boosts are probably the most rare item to get in this game. And it's also like the most powerful for speedrunning. We can only get it normally if we're in 4th place or below. There are some exceptions to this rule I am gonna go into once we see them, because it's quite interesting. It's something you have to see to believe, kinda deal. I'm gonna talk a little bit about it later on if we don't see it soon. And it's quite a complex matter, but there are some circumstances. Notice there are some circumstances where we can get triple boost even though we are not in 4th place or below. One such time I'm gonna mention immediately that we are actually not going for, and that is if we are in 1st place. Or, no. The first item box on a race can always contain a triple boost. in rare cases, like it's really rare. It's far more rare than what we're doing when we stop at the start to get it. But the first item box we pick up can, in some courses, contain the triple boost. It's only in certain levels I have seen that happen. There are several levels I have never seen that happen in. And some I see it way more frequently. But we're not going for that because it's very low probability of happening. Instead, we're going for a safer 4th place or below item box. It loses like half a second to stop, but if we get like 1 triple boost, it makes up for 2 of like for 6 courses we haven't gotten it. So if we get like 3 triple boosts, we're saving time basically, or 4, 3 or 4. 3 is enough to save time because there's 16 courses. And it's very possible to get more than that. That we didn't get anything fancy. We're actually gonna be driving behind a little bit. Gonna take a slow road here so we don't get above 4th place. We get decent fighting boxes. We'll see if we get it, and we got it. Driving slow there lost like a little bit of time, not too much. You might wonder why am I actually using the triple boost here, even though we are actually not gaining much time for doing so. Well, there is a reason for that, which I hope we get to see soon. But so far so good in this round. We have seen 2 triple boosts so far, which is very good in the first tour. This is probably world record pace so far. I kid you not, this is probably... No, it's not. It's not because world record has that. I lied to you. World record has me manipulating the start a lot more, so I get only like super good starts, super good stage 1s, where I get like 2+ triple boosts. And here we see the nasty clocks. I think this is the first time we've seen the clocks actually. This might indeed be world record pace because the clocks are pretty common, I was gonna say. The clocks works like the lightning in Mario Kart, only that it's far more common in this game than the lightning is in Mario Kart. I can tell you all that much. The clocks are very common for the AI to get, because it has the same rule. If you're in 4th place or below, you can get it. You only have to be 4th place or below to get it. Like, you don't have to be super last or anything, you just have to be in 4th place or below. Which means that there are many AIs who can constantly get the clocks. And there we go, we're actually quite lucky here. Seeing a 3rd triple boost already. And we did the extended speed boost glitch, which is really good. First time I pulled that off on this course. This has been a really lucky run so far. However, this course is very dangerous because this course has a tendency to crash at times. And it has a tendency to crash if we are on good paces, so we are probably gonna see a game crash here. I joke not, like, this course seems to know what pace we are on a speedrunning perspective, and it likes to crash whenever we're in good pace, and the AI are stuck in that thing there. The AI in this game is really bad, by the way, as you can see there by them being stuck up in that corner. They're probably gonna be stuck there forever. It's very common that the AI is getting stuck in nasty, weird ways. But yeah, we have already saved time by stopping at start. Like, even if we don't get a single triple boost for rest to run, which we likely will, we will likely get more triple boosts. We have already saved time compared to if we didn't stop at the start of each race. Already. And we got the game crash. As I said, every single time we're on good pace, the game is crashing. The game knows when we are on good pace. The game just knows when we are on good pace on this course, so it decides to crash. Well, there the world record went. we can't get world record anymore, by the way. That is far devastating to get world record. We were actually on pace where world record is possible, and now we get to witness the fun menuing here. Gonna replay the course. Gonna start here. That's nasty. That is Hello Kitty Cruisers though in a nutshell. This game is infamous for how weird it is. Let's see what we get here. Okay, we get another triple boost though. The game is like, ugh. The fourth triple boost we see, but we have had a game crash. It doesn't really matter. It won't save the run, sadly. I'm really gonna be curious to see what time we get at the end here. If we have like a time that's like less than 3 minutes world record, we would have gotten world record if we didn't have game crash. Or if it's 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. I hate this game. I hate that game crash. That game crash is sadly super common as well. Like, it doesn't happen every race, it doesn't happen like every second race, but I think it happens like every 5 times you play this course it crashes. I am not sure why it crashes. I have no idea why. And there's nothing we can do to prevent the game crashing there, by the way. This course actually does inevitably crash if it keeps running for a long time. Therefore, we really want to leave this course early. Make sure that doesn't happen. That was nasty though. We were on a really good pace. It does happen though. Hello Kitty Cruisers give and take it away again. The game gives with one hand and take with the other. That's honestly part of why I like this run, and on this course we actually not gonna stop. Because the only item that's good in this course is the rainbow, and the rainbow actually doesn't make up for it, so yeah, we lose time by stopping on this course. There are a couple of courses we are not gonna stop at because of that reason. Because we don't gain time, we don't gain enough time by getting a speed boost to make it worth it on average. Oh, come on. I'm doing the AI thing where I crash that wall and get stuck there. The AI is really good at doing that. That's the first time that has happened though, ever for me, so that is a marathon first. The game crash is not actually a marathon first, that's actually pretty common. As I said earlier, it happens like about one in 5 runs-ish that game crashes. It's a very common game crash. And it's taken into account in the estimate too, so we are not gonna go overestimate because of that game crash. Rest assured we're not gonna go overestimate because of the game crash. The game crash is taken into account for the estimates for this category, as it is such a common game crash. I should talk a little bit about boat controls as well here, because the boat controls in this game are quite interesting. Oh, this game is just mocking me right now. I am having the best RNG of my life right now, but the game decided early on that this run is dead by crashing the game. So this is a little bit like... this is like, the game is like mocking me. And there we go, there it is. Remember I talked earlier about that we can get triple boost in first place during certain circumstances? Well, that circumstance is met. The thing is that we can always get triple boost if the previous item was a triple boost, but this is random. and it's not like normal random, it's like random. It's more random than most randomness in games. It's random on a operation system level. Because what's happening there is that the game is not having proper synchronization. There are some problems because of that. The game does not have proper synchronization. So what do I mean by that? Well, I'm gonna try to explain this is like a computer scientific topic, and it has to do with how computers operate functions. Basically, when a computer is doing a function, there are some variables that it's using to determine some stuff. And in this case, when we pick up an item box, it tries to get us a new item. What I think, and I'm pretty certain happens when that happens, based on how this game handles this kind of stuff. On this course, by the way, we're not gonna stop either to get an item box. We have been extremely lucky, by the way. The only bad thing in this run, and sadly it's enough to end the run no matter how lucky we are, is the game crash. If it was for the game crash, I think we would have been on super solid world record pace right now. But yeah, where were I? What happens when we pick up an item box is that the game is trying to give us a new item. So how do I think this game is doing that? Well, it's pretty easy to determine it because of how this glitch is working. What happens when we do that? I haven't read it. Oh god, it's me. We are having low battery signal again. I really hope we can get through this entire run without the battery dying. I think we can. Otherwise, we're gonna have to change controller in the middle of the run. But what happens then is that the game is basically trying to first the game is checking. What the game is checking is that, do we have no item, yes or no? And it checks that by seeing that we have 0 charges in the item setup. If it says yes, if it's like yes, we have no item, like the statement that we have no item there is true, then we are getting a new item. And then there is another check that's happening too, and hello there, Rainbow. We are so lucky here. This is like better than the triple boost in this course. We are having perfect luck. We have the perfect RNG here. Like, this is the dream RNG. This is like the best RNG I have seen in my entire life. But sadly, we had a game crash that cost like 2.5 to 3 minutes, which is far too much time to still to get the record even with this luck. Like, the luck we have seen so far is good enough to secure the world record if we didn't have the game crash, basically. This run is such a mixed bag. And that's why I have such a love-hate relationship to this game, because of this. The RNG is fun, but it's like still at the same time like a little bit annoying when this happens. But yeah, what's happening there is like there's another check as well that sees that if you have 0 charges, it changes you back to 3 charges. That is another check entirely. What can happen? And what happens when the item glitch is happening? Most likely this is what's happening. I haven't read the source code, but this is the only plausible reason behind this glitch. That is that the game is basically those 2 checks happen at the same time. What can happen is that the item change algorithm gets interrupted and changed, and then the item recharge algorithm goes in, that's the one that charges up the charge again. And if that happens, it gets the free charge before we change item. And then the game is gonna check, do we have an item or not? And then the game is gonna say, yes, we have an item, so we don't change it. Because we literally got free charges, and the game checks if we have an item or not on the charges. I make these triple boosts look like the most common item in the world, don't I? They are not the most common item in the world. No, I kid you not. This is the luckiest I've been in my entire life. I have never, ever had this much luck in this run. And it's sadly on a game crash run, so we can actually not get a record from it because of the game crash. This is like the cursed run. This run is so cursed. So we're also doing a new trick here I haven't done before. There was someone like found this. I don't remember who it was when they did individual levels runs. And they found a way to hit that thing. Previously I thought it was impossible to hit that, as it was in the route I previously took. It actually saves time to take that route, to take that little detour. So we take that detour to save the little time we can save there by doing that. It takes like half a second per lap, so it adds up quite a bit. And it's a quite easy trick to do too. It's a very, very new trick for me. I actually learned that trick the other day. This is like the newest trick I'm using this run. There's another trick actually I learned the same day that we are gonna use, but it's not as impressive as this is. And that is a method to predict some patterns later on in the run, which will save like a second or two. So yeah, that's basically what happens with the glitch. Basically, there are two checks in place. One to check, both of them are checking if we have no item. One of them gives the new item and one of them recharges the item normally. And what should happen and what happens, like, I want to say like 99% of the time, not 99% of the time, but you get what I mean. Like, a very significant part of the time is that it's actually worked like intended. It changed item, then to get the charge back. But sometimes due to poor synchronization, it actually does it the other way around. And then we get the same, then we get free charge of the same item we had before. And then we don't get... And then we don't change item, and we get the same item as before, because the game is like saying that you have an item already, you are not getting a new item. So then we get the same item we had before. This is actually a glitch that happens quite frequently, even if you are not paying attention to it. But most of the time you don't notice it, because like it's pretty common, you know, to get an item 2 times. And the statistic change to get like the same item several times is so low that most people won't notice it, because the statistical change is so minimal. But yeah, do our hosts have some plugins now? How is it going for that Casper incentive?
Yeah, guys, I just want to go ahead and remind you, we are at close to the end of the last run, so we want to really try and unlock this next run. With we really also want to get to that $1,200 to get that next kid video funded, and we are only $126 away. So if everybody in Twitch chat were to donate $5, then the match that we have would then provide the last little bit of money to be able to get that. So get your donations in. That way we can fund another kid reel, which would be absolutely massive for a kid who is currently in the foster care system and just wants to be able to see a forever family. So get your donations in for that. We did have our match donation come in for the donations that we had earlier. So we have a $30 donation, putting our total at $1,074. Honestly, a much better start to day one than I expected. So, but why should we stop with just a good start? Let's carry this momentum all the way through to the rest of the marathon.
Okay, there we saw the other rare glitch where we can always get the triple boost in first place. That is extremely, extremely, extremely rare. The RNG in this run is like so good with the items. I have never had this good item RNG in my entire life. Never, ever, 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 ever have I had this good RNG with items.
100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%.
But sadly we had the game crash, so we are not gonna be able to world record because of the game crash. I make the triple boost look like a super common item. They really are not. Okay, everyone is getting clocked here. Getting clocked in the B section. That's really not good. But yeah. But yeah, we have seen so many triple boosts this run. Like I said earlier, just getting free triple boosts makes us gain time by stopping at start of the races to get some extra speed boost. Like we have made that back with huge plus. We are on a good B cycle. That's good. On this course, there are some B cycles we actually can't pass, so that's really bad when those happens. Thankfully, that's not what happened here. We got the good B cycles because we got clocked earlier. And now we don't know which B cycle we're gonna be on because I'm really not sure which B cycle we are on, which we get double clocked. So, the glitch I talked about earlier with the item boxes, that glitch has a nasty underbelly. Besides adding more RNG to the run because we have to have because it makes like getting triple boost so much more important because we can get the glitch going. There is an underbelly to this glitch too. It actually affects the AIs as well. That is also true for the clock. Why does this matter? Well, it makes it easy to enter something I call the clock chain. The clock chain is when we are getting a clock after clock after clock. And can get clocked for the entire race at times. I have had races where like from the first half, after the first half of lap 1, I was clocked for the entirety of the race because of the clock chain. The clock chain is working in part because of that glitch, but also because I mentioned earlier, the AIs can get the clock from 4th place or below. I promise you all, this item is not common. I promise you. I promise you that triple boost is not a common item. It's the rarest item in the game. I sure don't make it look like it, but it is. Okay. So basically what can happen then is that the AI gets the clock and then they pick up the next item box and get the clock. And well, as I mentioned earlier, why does it matter? It's statistically insignificant in terms of how many items they get. Well, that is not true because the clock makes sure that they get like in 1st place or above most of the time. Which means that instead of 6 or 4 AIs that can get the clock, there are 5 AIs that can get the clock. Which does increase the clock amount significantly. Like significantly. So yeah, this glitch also makes it so that it's very easy to get stuck in clock chains, which is something we really want to avoid. So speaking of, we are now entering the hardest course of this run. And it's off to a good start. We get pied, which is really rare. The pie is a common item, but the pie is like the worst item in the game because it's basically meant to work like the green shell, but it just doesn't because it's like if it crashes a wall, it destroys immediately after just touching one wall. And there are some other caveats to it too that are pretty nasty. Its physics are horrible. I have literally seen the pie like fly into outer space instead of going straight forward to hit enemy. That has happened. The pie has like flew straight up in the air from where I stand. It has just straight up in the air, straight out to outer space. That is very, very, very... Okay, it's not very, very common. It's like far too common. It's too common for an item that's common to do something like that. So yeah, the pie is like, generally speaking, the worst item, and aiming with it is pretty bad because it's like often flying up a little bit, so it can easily miss, and it has to hit you like straight from behind because otherwise you can like drive on top of the pie, which looks fun. And it's one of the many interesting glitches of this game. One of the many interesting glitches of Hello Kitty Cruisers. Let's stop a little bit at the start here, see if we can get another triple boost. I don't think so. Yeah, we didn't. We have already seen like what? Have you seen like 8 or 9 triple boosts this run, which is unreal. I have never ever seen even remotely close to that. I think the most I've seen is 6. No, actually not. I have seen 8 before. I have seen 8 before. But that was because I had a 1 in a million RNG chance happening, basically. Where I get 6 triple boosts on one course. That can happen. The rest of that run though was sadly horrible from an RNG perspective, like super horrible. That was also the run we had the infamous clock chain I talked about, where we get like stuck in the clock for like the entirety of the race from the start. Which basically negated that super RNG. But yeah, the randomness in this game is really nasty. The clocks are, as you can see, nasty. They can happen quite frequently. And one clock rarely comes alone, as I say, because of the glitches and such. You have pretty nasty crab luck here, which loses quite a bit of time, sadly. It is because of the clocks. Because we have the clocks, we can't like use the trick I learned the other day to determine where we are. Oh god, it's me. The battery is like running low now. Come on, battery, you can last for 30 more seconds. I believe in your controller. I believe in your controller. That's the third warning, by the way, so the controllers are gonna die really soon. Come on, controller, 20 more seconds. And we can make this scrap cycle here. Oh, we got the clocks, so we couldn't make it. I hate the clocks. I hate the clocks. Come on, little controller, you can do it. You can do it. 2 more seconds. 2 more seconds, controller. A time. There we go. We made it through before the controller ran out of battery. What time did we get? Just out of curiosity. But yeah, that was Hello Kitty Cruisers, everyone.
You got a 3109.
Oh. That's not what I wanted to hear. That's not what I wanted to hear, because I would have been world record if we didn't have the game crash.
Yeah, that's
not what I wanted to hear. Well, that happens though. This is Hello Kitty Cruisers, everyone. That's this game in a nutshell. Only allowing us to have the good RNG when the game crashes.
That is, yeah, really, that's really unfortunate.
It happens. But yeah, that was it for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Firesplitter, and thank you, everyone, for an incredible day 1. I'm going to go ahead and get just a few things moved around here, and then we will go into a quick daily recap, and then we will have one more presentation from Anne-Marie Root, our Real Hope Project staff member who is helping us out this weekend. So, be back in just a few minutes, everybody.